All right, so this is my pre-restoration walk around. This is a 1943 International I-4. I just did a restoration on a 48 I-4, and this one's next up in the line. I was thinking about doing the UB, but I figure since I already had this one out of the deep snow, I should start doing this one, and by fall I'll do that UB. But anyhow, I'm going to show you everything, some main things I want to note before I fix it all up. I noticed that there's some weld here. This was homemade. They welded this bracket on for headlights. I have the headlights, I believe, sitting in the truck, but they blew out a hole right here we'll have to fix. Mounted headlights on both sides, but there's welds right here. Welds right here and welds right here, as if they had something going over the top. Whatever that was, I don't know. Hood's pretty beat up. We got a little hole right here, cracks and just deformed. It had been painted blue for an unknown reason. I don't know why. It had giant balloon tires on it. I can't remember the width. I believe they're 11s or 12 wides by 16s. I put these car tires on and these skinny rims off the orange I-4, just so, I didn't have to deal with these wide tires. But here it is. Let's see here. Here is the serial number 5989, which comes out as 1943. If we look at the casting code, this one is too bad to really read, but it says 4-3 of something. If we look over here, I wish I had a light on me, but this is 127 of M, which if we walk over here, we can read M is 1943. So, yeah, that's M. This right here is 510 of, I believe this is M too, but again, this is pretty beat up. You can't really read it, but that looks like M to me. These rims have been cut and welded at some point to make them wider. And if you know I-4s, then you would notice that this rim has been flipped around. This is not the correct side. Or I should restate that. This big old cast housing is on the wrong side. If we look at this casting code, it says 1230 of L, or maybe that's an I. Let me look at the casting codes again. Yes, so L would be 42, and if it was an I, it'd be 1939, but I think it's 42, because that kind of lines up with the 1943, being a 12/30, so December 30th. But these rims, or that main casting has been flipped around, and if we look in here, we can see that the split rim ring is on the inside, and those clamps are on the inside as well. Normally on these I-4s, they'd be on the outside. These fenders are in rather good condition. I'm pretty happy with them. I put this Bondo on it a couple years ago. It has seen some hard work in its life. If you look at this clutch pedal, it has been worn down quite a bit, and the brakes are pretty worn out on it. I'm pretty sure this one of them is like super loose, and I'm pretty sure it's this one. No, it's this one. It's the right one. You can push it all the way down and it barely activates. So either the setting on it is wrong or the pads themselves are worn out. We got a SS shift knob, so Chevelle or something along those lines. Chevy SS shift knob with wood. I'm gonna have to replace that. And then we got the Ford Ford Mustang, or yeah, Ford Mustang shifter right here, which, oh well. We got a yellow paint on there, and the rest of it's red, so I'm assuming that this cover has been replaced at some point. It does not have the gauge switch set up down here. All the gauges, or the toggle switch set up here. All the switches are right here, and you got your starter button here, and everything here is seized other than the on-off switch. But tires are just pretty destroyed, and yeah, this had been flipped. It should be flipped around, having this lip on the top, but at some point they flipped it around for whatever reason. I tried extracting this bolt with an easy out, broke the easy out off, so I think I'm just gonna leave that alone, just paint over it, because you know, I don't really have any care for extracting the bolts. I did a head gasket on this thing pretty recently, and it looks like the valve cover's leaking right here, so I probably should have put a new valve cover gasket on it when I had the chance, but I never did. Again, car tires on the front. I did new front wheel bearings. The tires are towed in slightly. It's kind of hard to tell, but they are. This tractor, I bought it from the same place I bought my red W4 from. I'll put a picture of the screen right now. That W4 was restored in the past, and I did a touch up on it, nice restoration on it. But yeah, so this was, you know, I wish I knew more information about it. I wonder why it was painted blue, but I guess we'll never know. I have a little kill switch right here because the switch stopped working. I guess I have a bad ground right here, and so I just put this kill switch like off of a go-kart or something on it. The hood's sitting right there. I've been doing a lot of work to it, but the hood had been cut out right here to fit an alternator on it. And so generator had been taken off a long time before I ever got it. This thing's been sitting since 2010-ish, when the owner passed away. But I have some old archive photos of this tractor when they were using it. I'll show the picture on the screen now. In that picture, you can see the alternator sticking out of the hood, and that's why they had the cutout. So if we look at this hood right here, it was cut out right here all the way down to right here, and I filled it all in with a chunk of metal, and it still needs a good bit of grinding and whatnot. This is a two-piece hood. You got the main hood, and then you got the gauge set, and it was cracked all through here, and I welded it up and kind of got it looking a lot better. But my plan for this restoration, I want it done before the Delta Junction State Fair, which is a very tight deadline with everything we have to do with it. This is going to be a very hard restoration. I'm going to pull the motor and do rear main seal. As you can see, actually there's no leak right now, but which is surprising, but rear main seal does leak. So we're pulling the motor out of it. We're going to leave it as a rolling chassis till summer so we can pull it out of the garage and sandblast the whole thing. This is a pendle hitch on the back, which I've never used. I put it on like 2 months ago, and it's still not completely on. As you can see, I don't even have a nut on right there, and it's just has a big old gap. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work there, make it look right, but I'd like to keep that pendle hitch. I'll show a picture of the older drawbar that it had. Now that older drawbar was a thread-in drawbar with kind of an eye hook at the end, and I took it all out, replaced it, put that pendle hitch on. But steering wheel, took off the old one, had no plastics around it. This one's off the W4 before I restored it, put a new one on. And yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just take radiator off, take gas tank off, take it down to bare frame. I'll leave all the steering systems on it because, you know, pulling in out of the garage for sandblasting might be, you know, useful to have. It's missing a lot of key things. This all should be metal lines, but somehow, I like the rubber hoses and all because, you know, metal lines, they'll rust out, they'll break and whatnot, but I don't know about this spot. It's supposed to have a rubber hose right here and a rubber hose right here and a metal piece that goes in between. And I don't know how they would have broken it or lost it, but they put a rubber hose right there, which I guess I'm going to keep. But anyhow, tear it all down to bare frame. This is probably going to be a 3 or 4 part video of doing restoration on this tractor. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy.